forget that these days, especially when we're just talking. But maybe, well, there might be somebody coming here a little bit late. The only thing we've said important, really important so far, is that if you miss question 12, you email me and tell me about it before 8 o'clock tonight, and I'll get you a point. Okay, big deal. That point is not going to make or break anything, but it always feels good. Now, what did I get? I don't know. Some notice. I get notifications just like you do. They pop up more frequently than email. Anything else? Okay, let me share the screen then. Let's go. There it goes. Okay, you're seeing the screen, right? Aren't you? It's scrolling right now. Come on, say.
Yeah,
thank you. Okay.
Yes, I see it.
Nothing here is indented until you get down to the list of heart structures. Okay, so respiratory system was previously indented for this test. I scooted it back, and here's the list of heart structures that you're going to need to know. The ear, brain, eye. I'll tell you this, there's about 8 questions on the ear. And that uses that model that is embedded in this. On the brain, there's about, counting brain functions, there's probably going to be about 16 questions on the brain. On the eye, another 8. Also, at the end of this one is the, or this one or another, the vertebral, the cervical vertebra and its parts. There'll be about 4 or 6 off of that. Okay, there will be some general questions. There'll be about, we're talking about next Monday, P3. There will be some general questions that would include fetal circulation. Okay.
Hey, Charlie, you said next Monday, but you mean next Tuesday,
yes,
right?
you're right.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't taught a Monday, Wednesday class in a long time. I prefer the Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check. Thank you.
Okay. I was up late last night, really late. I told you I would be. And okay. So definitely you want to read these two. Okay. Now here's old recordings on respiratory system and other things that don't pertain to you for next Tuesday. Okay. You already took this quiz. Now, here's the next indented one, a list of heart structures again. Okay. Come down 2 more, a heart review. There is a heart PowerPoint lecture that could help some of you. I didn't indent it. Nothing directly comes off of that PowerPoint that isn't also presented elsewhere. Okay, so if you read the other material, you're going to get it all. If you want to add to it this 1019 lecture on the PowerPoint heart, we could reinforce it for you. I'm going to leave that one up to you, though. Okay, come down, and now we have fetal circulation indented. Okay, that one has the vertebral model in it, and you'll definitely want to be reading that one. Here, this is a repeat. The ear, brain, and the eye again. I put it down here so that we wouldn't miss it while we were lecturing on it. Okay, but it's not additional material. You know, it does bear looking at a couple of times. The vessels above the diaphragm. Okay, that will be in the cat, and later on in the human model, the flat man model that I showed you the other day. Those are all labeled. So it's just a matter of following the arrow and memorizing what you've got. The main thing is you have to be flexible when you're looking at the vessels. The vessels aren't the same in any two cats. And some of the cats and human models even that I will be inserting into the test will not be those that you have necessarily seen. Okay, to put it another way, there will be some you just haven't seen. But there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to answer the question if you could answer it on the one that you had seen. You just have to realize that I know that that's the case, and I know you won't have trouble with that. You'll have trouble with any vessel if you don't know it. Okay. Then we have review turns for the second exam. Oh, I should have gotten rid of that. That's strange. Maybe I need to uncover it. Yeah, there it is. The group picture was covering this up. So I decrease the indentation because that's not for you. Not this time. It was last time. Okay. The practice quiz for L2. I should have gotten rid of that already. Another practice quiz for L2. I'm not going to leave anything for P3. Okay. That practicum 3. Hope I got to it before you. It's not the one I'm going to use. I put it in there while you guys were taking the test. I watched what you do. I looked at everybody's test log, basically checking that you weren't going away from the test taking page. I did find one or two people who were, and I emailed them immediately and told them to stop, and they did. And their scores were equal to before, so I was fine with that. And then I also changed the web page. Something to do, like I said. I keep checking emails to see if any of you are having trouble. I wrote a couple emails asking a couple of people if they were needed any help. And then I pulled up this practicum 3 so I could take a look at it. And I was looking at it, counting the number of brain questions, the number of eye questions, the number of ear questions. And that's why I had those numbers in mind just a moment ago. What I stupidly didn't do is turn it off. Well, like I said, it's not the one going to be used anyway. Okay. Just so I don't make another goof. It's gone. Okay, here's week 10. And indented are the best. Okay. A lot of you are sending me messages about question 12. That's great. Okay. Here are the vessels below the diaphragm. It's at the end of this one, after we finish with the cat, that you get the picture of the flatman model ad nauseum, over and over again. We have our recording. Nervous tissue is not going to be on this. Another practice vessel quiz for L2, that's passed, not indented. The recording's not indented. The second lecture exam, we're finished with that. Now that can't be unpublished because you already took it. So it'll stay there this semester in case you want to take another look at it, especially before the final exam. Here's the P3 checklist, okay? Well, we have just gone through all the material by giving it a name or a lecture name or a lab name or whatever, just by name, not looking at it. We just identified the material that's going to be on the exam. The heart is going to be a big one. The heart's going to be a big one on the exam. Please look at those heart models. Look at the sheep heart as well. They're all included here. Okay, and then on the checklist. Okay, the parts of the brain. The function of the brain parts, and that was given to you on one of the sheets. The eye, both human eye and the sheep eye. You'll never know anything's a sheep eye, though it looks like a human eye when it's taken out of the sheep. What we're really saying here is a model of the eye and a real eye. Okay. The ear, and this is only from a model that we showed you, and also the functions of selected parts. Okay, as you looked at it with me, I asked you to make notes of selected parts of the ear, notes of their function. Okay. For instance, the eustachian tube, what does it do? What do the semicircular canals do? The vessel identification, that means above and below the diaphragm for the cat, should have a parenthesis there, sorry, the cat and the human model. The fetal circulation. This is actually an easy one as soon as you understand it, as soon as you've gone over it once or twice, if you're having any trouble with it at all. Okay. It's really a gimme. Once you understand it, you're not going to be fooled by any question. The white blood cells, the artery, vein cross sections under the microscope. Okay. There is a picture. I'm going to look for a better one in the next 2 days. There is a picture of a cross section of an artery and a vein side by side. Now, one thing that I want to tell you is that the cranial nerves are not heavy on this test. Only 3 cranial nerves of the 12 main ones are covered. The optic nerve, you're going to see that on the back of the eye. The olfactory nerve, which you'll see attached to the olfactory bulb. And then the third one, oh, what's the third one? The vestibulocochlear nerve, cranial nerve number 8 that comes from the ear. Okay, so those are numbers 1, 2, and 8. None of the others will be included on this test. The bulk of the cranial nerves are going to be asked on L3 next month. Okay, so you don't have to memorize that whole chart of cranial nerves. And the ones that I picked out, you pretty well know them anyway. I mean, who doesn't have a good appreciation for what the optic nerve would do, or the olfactory would do? And now that we've talked about it enough times, the vestibulocochlear would do. Okay, that's all you need to see here. I have also added the heart here, but you will have seen it elsewhere. The brain structures, the eye structures, the ear structures that you need to know. Okay, back. On Thursday, and this is why we backed off, remember? We took L2 and moved it a day early, or 2 days early. And you think that hurts your score? Not a chance. I mean, I have the averages calculated and everything. You did great. Okay. So now you've got Thursday, which you wouldn't have had to study for the following Tuesday, a week from today, in P3. I intend on Thursday to do nothing but review for P3, to go through all of the pictures if need be, skip those that you tell me, hey, we could do that one ourselves. Let's spend some more time on this or that. So I'll be working on P3 material on the Thursday coming up. Okay. What I need you to do, or would suggest that you do, is go through the material yourself, maybe a little faster than you would normally, and see what areas are going to give you trouble, you might have more questions about, and maybe even bring some of those questions to Thursday, so I don't end up just doing all the talking the way I want to. Okay. I want to talk on Thursday to help you do as well as you possibly can on the test. Okay. It's always your job to learn it. But if you're uncertain as to what it is you're supposed to learn, that's an impossible situation. So I hope to take care of any confusion, if you have any, or doubts, on Thursday, and then and go through the entire material. I won't spend a long time going over 10 different versions of the heart, of course not. Okay. But we'll be reviewing. There will not be a lecture on Thursday, but the class will start at 2:00. Okay, and we'll go as long as we need. If you've been there a reasonable length of time, especially if you've asked a couple of questions or such, you will leave when you feel ready. Okay. Usually people don't leave, even if I tell them they can. They don't leave if they think something's going to get said as soon as they leave and worry about it. I did. I know. Any questions about that on Thursday? Do you think you're going to be ready for P3? Did I kick out the microphone again?
Yes, I think we'll be ready.
Okay, thank you. Right off the bat, I'm going to say this. I think the part that most people will be uncertain about at this point are the vessels. It's actually usually 60% of the test. And but I think there's nothing to worry about between now and Thursday, except to take a quick look at them, and then we go over them again. And then you've got 5 days over the weekend to worry about them. Okay, I intend to do one more thing with you here, and that's at the bottom of the page. This is optional at this time, but it is going to be required for P4 and for lecture test 3 and 4. So this is in the future, but some of you may want to get a head start. Okay. So this is histology, and the histology study guide, here it is. I took this right off of my web page. If you click on here, I think that's where we'll go. There it is on the web page. If you get it on the web page like this, it's usually easier to print if you are printing it for yourself. Okay. The portion on how a microscope slide is made is discussed right here. You will never be quizzed on that. Okay, that's just a technique. Okay, I put it in there just so people might get a little understanding. Okay, but you don't even have to read it. What you do have to look at or start looking at is here. The columns are labeled tissue or organ, slide, text page, functions, or definitions. There are 4 types of tissues. Epithelium is one. This is on today's test too. Down here, connective tissue, nervous tissues on further down, and muscle tissue are the 4 types of tissue. We start with the epithelial tissue, and I want you to come up with a definition for epithelium. Now you can get that definition from a book. You can get it from your notes. You can write it as I say it sometimes. Epithelium is tissue that covers or lines. So the lining of a vessel is epithelium. The coating on the outside of the heart is an epithelium. Covers or line is the definition. For everything in this handout, I want you to give either a definition, or if I don't ask for that, a function instead. F for function. The text page, I'm going backwards, is for your benefit if you want to fill it out. It's so that you know where you found the information and can go back to it quickly. The slide, it's not necessary to worry about the slide. I have the slides in the face-to-face class. The students use actual slides, put them under the microscope, and literally make a mess of things. I'm much happier doing it off of the internet and the images that they have there. But leave the slide thing alone, if you will. You don't need to worry about it at all. But text page is important to you, and the function and definition is the most important to me. Okay, so under epithelium, we have different types. We have simple epithelia. What's that? Well, none, I've already written that in. A simple epithelium is an epithelial layer that is only 1 cell layer thick. Simple 1 cell layer thick. Okay. Simple squamous. You don't worry about the slide. you put the text in from your book when you find it, and what's the function? A simple squamous epithelium is primarily for containment or filtration. Where do we find simple squamous epithelium? We find it in Bowman's capsule. We also will find it in the lungs. We haven't talked about that yet. We have talked about Bowman's capsule, however. That's simple, one cell. Then, remember the soccer ball I talked about? Okay. Simple cuboidal epithelium. Its function is conduction, usually of fluids, and we find it in the kidney tubules. We've looked at it already, but the lectures that I'm going to give that go along with this will really spell it out for you. Simple columnar. That's the type of epithelium that lines all of the GI tract except for the upper esophagus. Okay, so its function for simple columnar is conduction, digestion, and absorption. Now, if you were to have some time on your hands and or want to get away from studying for P3, you can come and work on this. Okay, and you'll probably skip around to find ones that you're familiar with, like adipose, okay, or compact bone, okay, and leave the other ones blank. Just getting yourself a head start if you wish. Okay, you do not have to work on this at this time. This is for those that just got to have something to do. What happened here? Okay, you're back. Yeah, I see what I did. Okay, if I've given you back the screen, and if you're able to look at your module in front of you, after the intro to histology, there are lectures entitled Tissues Part 1 and Tissues Part 2. Those are just future lectures that I'll be giving, and it's just if you want to get a head start, okay, it will help you with filling out that chart. You do not need to do that. Okay, now that's all I'm going to go through today. I'm not going to go through pictures of the heart and stuff like that. I'd like you to do that for your own benefit and bring your questions or your attention to Thursday, and we'll make a day of it. Okay, anybody? Anything? Okay,
Charlie,
yes.
I have a question about the histology worksheet. Could you please put the file to download for us to download it?
To download what?
The histology worksheet, the one you were go over right now.
It's on module 11 right now.
Yeah, I can see it, but I cannot see the file to download.
Did you click the button at the top of the sheet?
You mean?
What I just did was go to
Oh,
Charlie's
okay.
website,
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
copy
Okay.
and paste all that onto an Excel sheet.
I know. They put these things, they're not consistent. Sometimes they put them at the top, sometimes at the bottom, but they're there.
Okay, I got it.
Good. Oh, and you get an extra hour this weekend, right?
Yes, we
Not
do.
sure how I feel about that yet.
Yeah, I know. It probably means with me, I'll stay up and waste another hour. I don't know.
No, it's more like just it being 4:30 and it already being dark outside. I feel like the day is over so early when the daylight time changed.
Last night, I was ready to go to bed about 3. Didn't make it till way after 4.
Wow.
Well, I started watching Squid Game. I don't know if you know that show.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet just because I've had so much to study that if I start watching it, I'll just binge it and I'll just put off school. So I'm waiting until like Thanksgiving break or something like that.
Definitely put it off. It's that good. Okay. Well, if you can handle a little violence. Okay. Any other questions? You can ask them now for the group, or I can let the group, invite the group to go, and you can stay and ask when fewer people are around. If you're shy, I don't know why you would be. Okay.
I have a
Goodbye.
question.
Yes.
Is it okay if I sent the email to your Saddleback email?
It comes straight to me anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which one you send to. You're still there?
Yes, Charlie.
For some reason, whenever you send me an email, I get double. I think you've got me in your address book with both emails. Maybe take one of them. Take one of them out, please.
Okay. Sure. Sorry. Okay, Charlie.
No. Theo, are you still around? Okay, don't see him. He sends me the biggest files for his outline, and it just blows my computer away. It just stalls it immediately. I mean, his files are like 70 megabyte files, huge things. Takes forever to load. I just have to sit there and wait and go get a drink or something, come back and okay. And if I try to delete it, same thing. Anything I try to do to those giant files he sends, I wanted to ask him not to send those. I will. What do you got? Anything? You feel relieved from today?
Yes.
Most of you should.
I have another test tomorrow.
Oh.
Microbiology.
Oh God. Well, have fun. I'm sure that's going to be harder. I shouldn't tell you that. Okay, so either take off or hang around, your choice if you have a question.
Is the worksheet due, or is it just like for our resources?
The histology sheet,
Yeah.
there's no due date on it yet.
Okay.
There will be later. I don't want you to work on it if you need to still study for the P3 exam.
Right.
That's first and foremost. Okay. That was just because some people want to get ahead. They feel that they're ready, and fine. That's an individual choice. Okay. So no, you can forget about it if you wish. I'll bring it up later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Charlie.
Thank you.
Bye.
I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Alexa, you go.
No, I was just bye. You're good.
In your personal experience with the wait list, how far do you usually get on your wait list adding people into your class?
Every instructor is different. So
Mm,
if I tell you my answer, you
mhm,
can't take it and assume that the next guy or gal is going to do it that way. First off,
Right.
and this is the truth, they never tell you this. The
Mhm,
instructors do not have to use the wait list. I mean,
mhm.
they don't even have to have a wait list, but if they do, they don't have to take the students in the order that they're on that list.
Okay.
So my suggestion is as soon as the class opens up for enrollment, I think if you're talking about fall, that's, I mean, spring, that's already happened. Email the instructor your interest.
Okay. I'm on every wait list for physio and I
That
need,
doesn't, forget it. Forget it. You're on, if you're waitlist, and if you're at the top, that's good.
I'm not.
The instructors who are, I hate to say this word,
Mhm,
yeah, not, I don't want to say lazy.
mhm,
Instructors like that automatic wait list. Some of them do, because they don't have to do anything.
mhm.
But I look for an email that comes to me right at the start. And
Okay.
then when, and that's even before registration opens, too late for that one. The second email you send to that same instructor is when enrollment does open. And your expression, just mildly, you're concerned that will you be able to get in, and why it's so important for you. Everybody who writes says the same thing. Don't worry. Then the third email is on the day of registration for you, because they can't do anything until your registration day comes. You write and say, I got closed out. Okay. If you didn't get closed out, you got in. That's the end of the conversation. But I look for the 3 emails, and I look for people who are persistent but not pushy.
Okay.
And for instance, there's one more name in front of you right below. Can you see it on the screen?
My?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how she got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're about to email the
Abs-
professor directly?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Tristan, you know Tristan Goodall? Oh, he's in our class anyway. That's how he got in.
Okay.
You got to hit the instructor that will read it. What
I'll
class
probably
you
email
try,
all of them.
what class are you trying to get in?
Professor Shaw, or I would prefer doing hybrid because I work. So
What
only
class are you
science,
talking?
physiology.
Did you skip micro?
No, I took micro.
Okay, good. Because if you skipped micro, they'd probably say, no, she's got to take the micro first. They
Mhm.
want to, that's what they want. I don't know Shaw,
Or
unfortunately.
there's street and Pires, but I didn't. Street's waitlist was like over 20 people, so I just did Shaw and Pirates or Pires.
Hang on. Well, I do something on my screen. Where is it?
I have the same problem with micro,
Mhm.
but my registration start on November 15.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I can join
Well, I
the
talked
class or not.
and I talked to the admissions office to try to get an earlier date so I could get this class, and they couldn't help me. So
No, they're not allowed to.
mm-mm.
Charlie, but the instructor can't add me before the registration start, right?
No.
Okay, because my registration is November 15, so she can't add me now or send to me ABC code or something?
No,
Okay.
no. You have to be able to use. If I send out an APC, I want to know it's going to get used because it's blocking out another student. So
Okay.
your admission date has to come.
Okay.
Has to come. They may send it to you a day or two ahead of time, but that would be it. Okay.
Thank you so much for the advice.
Okay.
I wanted to talk since I was on your wait list as well, and I got in.
You're not interested. What grade are you going to get in physiology?
An A, likely.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
I haven't gotten a B in micro, and I have an A in anatomy, I think.
I just looked at your grades and I saw a couple that weren't A's, but it's probably an A average you're talking about.
What?
You may not want me to talk about it in front of
Oh, okay.
I mean,
in this class?
Me?
Hang on. I have to. What the hell? Oh God, I got to do it again. Yeah, L1 and L2 were in the B range.
I thought I got A's on those.
Well,
I'm number 17
maybe I'll look again.
with the
Charlie, you can see our grades in the other classes?
No.
Okay.
No, I can't see your grades in other classes.
Okay.
17. Don't go anywhere.
no worries.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Mm.
Okay.
There's another Braun in our class too.
That's
so.
why, Billy.
Mm.
Okay. And that's why I got. Yeah, you have the grades. Would you consider taking street? She's hard.
Street,
Or something you can't, schedule wise can't do anyway. I don't know.
if he has hybrid, I can.
Oh, okay. Well, that means, half and half.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the times you get to stay home and the lab, you have to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she does.
Okay. Oh, she, okay. Okay. Yeah, I can email all of the teachers and see.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Well, because, I don't know Shaw. I can't say anything useful.
Okay.
Street's taken my recommendation many times and just put a student in. I'd have to see how many she's already got, however.
Okay.
I'll look it over.
Yeah, I would really appreciate
that. And get back to you before.
But no worries if you don't want to go anything.
Oh,
No
we have
problem.
arrangements. For instance, Chem 108 Zoval. He takes anybody I recommend. I take anybody he recommends.
He's great.
Innings for.
I loved it. I had it.
Yeah. If I have a good student and recommend it to her, she takes them every time. So
Okay, that's awesome.
We just have sort of an agreement that it's not written down anywhere. Okay. Okay, but the email is important.
Okay, I'll email Street, but I'm not on Street's wait list. I can
No,
add
no,
my,
no. You gotta get on it if
Okay.
you're gonna email.
because when I was doing my registration, she had the highest with like 20 people on the wait list already. So then I just knew I wouldn't get in. So I didn't go in the wait list or apply for it.
I once got waitlister number 79 in, and that
At
was just,
UTI?
yeah, that was just going down by the rules. But I don't do that anymore. You know, usually if I take the top waitlisters, they've already gotten enrolled in another class, and I've wasted my time. 2 days wasted. Got to send out to somebody else. You know, and you don't. And if you get the top waitlisters, the ones that are there first. Oh, I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't.
No.
The people at the top, okay,
Mhm.
are very much more likely to be trouble.
Mhm.
They're going to need extra attention than the others. They're enrolled in different programs. That's how they scoot up to the top. Sometimes when the first day of registration comes and I get the first 8 students, wow, they hit real quick. I know where they came from, the counselor center,
Right. Mhm.
and I don't like that.
It's priority. Everyone had priority registration for the first few days. So that's why I didn't get in. The spots filled up so quick. So within 3 days, I think, of registration, they filled up. So,
Well, I got sometimes I get half the class in through
Mhm.
APCs, you know, because
Okay.
as people drop, you know, at the beginning, as people drop, I can fill up, and I don't go by that wait list. I just don't. I also waste my time. I have a program that the school gave me, and then they took it away from everybody, but they forgot to take it away from me. So I still have it, and I can look at everybody's wait list, and I can see where the students are and where they're not. And if they haven't enrolled in other wait lists, they're not serious. You know, they're just only enrolled in mine. They're doing it for their convenience, you know, not for their career.
Yeah.
So I can check the enrollment at IVC, and I do. I go through every class and print out every page. So I know who's already enrolled at IVC, and now they're trying to get a class over here. No, you damn lucky to already have a class.
Mhm.
So anyway, uh,
Well, I'll hop on Street's wait list.
yeah, definitely get on
Maybe.
the wait list, and let me know if you really think you might want to do that anyway. Okay.
Okay. I just need to get into one so I can transfer into a nursing program. And the applications are right this month. So I'm trying. Well, thank you so much for your advice and helping me. And I'll let you know.
Okay. If we end up going to do it, I'll probably have to ask you some background questions. You know, like I spoken to you about a bunch of times and such. And well, you have spoken up in class a lot more than most. Okay. Okay. So let me know.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Charlie.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.